the Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 542 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Mandalorian playing cards from Theory11. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So this is the original colorway of the Mandalorian playing cards from Theory11. There is two different colorways. There's this one, and then there's an orange one. But we can see that it is in a matte gray finish tuck box with some red and a little bit of silver foiling there on the front of the tuck box. It is also embossed there, so you can feel the texture of it. It says Star Wars, The Mandalorian, playing cards. On the top it says This is the Way. On the bottom it says Theory11. And on the side here it says The Mandalorian, and you got a little baby Yoda or Grogu. And you got this little thing there. On the other side, you got Mandalorian there, and you got another character there. I've never seen the Mandalorian, so I won't know all the characters, but I have seen Star Wars, so I might know some of the characters, but like some of them I might not know. And it also says the Mandalorian on this side. On the bottom, you got the Disney logo, Theory11, and premium playing cards, Theory11, made in the USA. On the back, you got a sneak peek of the back design here, more embossing. For the seal, you got a round silver and black seal here. A little bit hard to see in the light there, but you can kind of see it there. On the top it says Mandalorian, as same on the bottom. On each side it says Theory11. Then you got a little baby Yoda or Grogu there in the middle. You can kind of slightly see it. Then on the top you got a little pattern there. I'm not entirely sure what it says. It says something Mando, like where is Mando or something. I'm not entirely sure. Now press down that seal. Grab a hand dandy card opener. And this is more of like a little tougher seal, I guess. Because it doesn't want to fully... Oh, there we go. And then on the little tuck flap here, you got a little jet pack. What it looks like. There. Inner tuck flaps, you got some symbols here. And some red foiling. Take the cards out of the box. On the inside tuck box, it is fully custom here. So you got a little design pattern. Something probably from the show. There. And on entirely sure, it's kind of more of a striped design. Kind of going all the way through it. And now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the card. And as always, we'll start with the back design. So here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around. There, it's kind of like a grayish, like a multi-tone gray and red colorway for the design there. Then you got those same symbols that you saw on the inner tuck flaps. You got the Mandalorian's mask there. And then you got some other little details. Looks pretty nice, even though I don't really know too much about the Mandalorian. Still a nice back design. And you flip it over, same design in both directions. And there's still definitely lots of detail in that back design. There. And now for the cards here. Here we got one of the characters here on the Joker. It says Joker there, and you got one of the characters from the show. I almost said like an Ewok or a Jawa. I think it's a Jawa from Star Wars. That's kind of what it reminds me of, but probably not. And then you got a second character, Joker here. It says Joker, and then you got more of like a Tusken Raider-esque character there. And then you got that custom Ace of Spades there with a little bit of, I'm not sure if it's gold foiling. No, I mean, now it's just a gold and black colorway. Then you got the baby Yoda or Grogu there and the little space pod there. And then you got that custom spade design and the custom numbers and suits there in the corners. And that goes throughout the rest of the spades. And then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of spades. Yeah, fully custom there with characters from the show. So you got some like troopers there, like some stormtrooper or characters. Not like stormtroopers, but like that kind of like style characters there. And then you got some kind of character for the king there. And like I said, I won't really know the specific character names there. And then you got the custom Ace of Diamonds. There was another character there. More of like a C kind of character there. And then you got that custom diamond design there for the rest of the diamonds. And then you got three more characters for the Jack, Queen, and King of diamonds there. I wish I knew the names of these characters so I could tell you who they are, but I do not know them. And then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of spades here. I mean clubs here. And that is either Boba Fett or Jango Fett. There. And then you got the custom club design there. You got the custom ace of clubs here with another character there. And then lastly, you got the hearts here, Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. And is that the Mandalorian on the King of Hearts? I know one of the core cards has to be the Mandalorian, but I'm not entirely sure. 3 characters there. Then you got that custom heart design. Then we got the custom ace of hearts there with another little character. And the last 2 cards in the deck is you got the little 1/11 little ad card there for the Mandalorian playing cards. That design on the back. And then you got this one, pretty similar, but in the middle it says, "This is the way." And there's the background on the back. But now that we took a look at the cards for the handling, they are just that classic air cushion finish from the United States Playing Company. So they will handle super fantastic. Straight out of the box, they got a nice flex for the springs. Not like super stiff. Yeah, not like super thin. Or like crushed like that, but like a medium feel to it. And they spread super smoothly. You can see most of the numbers there. Pretty even fan, which is pretty nice. A nice little ferrule there. So far they seem to be pretty nice for handling. That's expected because Theory11 always makes fantastic handling decks. You should have no problem with the handling. And I would totally recommend picking these up if you're a fan of Star Wars. There, or even just Theory11, because these are fantastic as always. So once again, here's that back design, kind of more a gray and red kind of colorway. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of red there. And then for the faces, you got the full custom faces once again, and you got those core cards with the custom characters from the TV shows. Sorry that I couldn't tell you all their names, because I haven't seen this show yet, even though it's been out for a couple years now. But I still like the deck, though, even though I don't fully know the characters. There. So I guess there's not too much more to say. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and this has been day 542 of your daily deck review, and this has been the Mandalorian playing cards from Theory11, and I'm the Canadian Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.